Y'all pull into the gas station. She goes inside and pays for the gas. You just sit in the passenger seat and watch her pump the gas.
I may go inside and like pay for the gas. She gonna pay for it, but I may do that, and then she pumps the gas. Like she's a person, bro. I don't see her like uh like my
I,
girl. There's certain things my girl gets, like that cater type of
so
treatment.
so when you walking with a woman down the street, do you make sure she on the inside of you when you walking with her, or you let her walk however she wants to?
Yeah, I mean, friendships with men and women are fundamentally different, and I don't. They'll never be the same as they are with other men. I don't even know if you can really call it friendship. For lack of a better term, I guess we have to. But there's always going to be a sense of responsibility, or there's always going to be a sense of like a need to protect. Or look, when we're young and we're taught how to treat people, the first thing is taught girls is sugar and spice and everything nice. Hold the door open for them, chivalry and all that. So already you are shaping the mind of young boys to look at girls differently than they see themselves. And it's not that they view them as being not human. It's just you're not like me. And I don't think that we really want men to change that. I think when men get with other men, that's a time where testosterone and masculinity gets to run wild, unbridled, and that's necessary. That dragon you cannot keep in a cage all its life. And when men express their masculinity in an unbridled fashion, that's not an environment you want women in. It would repulse women, I believe. So, I mean, leaning on what Willie and Ma saying, when boys have their time and they play, they do that. It's like animals playing. It looks like they're fighting. They're not. And when women enter the picture, it's like, yeah, we can be friends, but don't see my friendship with men and want that. You're not going to have that. My friendship with you is going to look a lot more like sister, which means put you out in your pocket. I'll pick up the tab. I still got to open the door for you. No, you're still not going to drive. You're still going to pump the gas. You know what I mean? Like if I'm out with Willie, you know who's pumping the gas? Who's ever car we're in, right? There's always going to be these differences that will never be able to see each other the same way. I think it should stay that way.
I just appreciate this conversation. I'm learning so much. Continuous. I appreciate you guys. It makes me feel more like an alien every single time we converse about this particular topic. But it's all good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I appreciate these conversations for sure.
All
It just
right.
helps me understand more of men's perspectives because we don't get this on a daily basis, and we tend to think we know what you guys think about certain things, but we really don't until you guys tell us. And it's like, oh, we really think differently. Like, this is crazy. But, with some you just got to let it dissect and accept it. That's what we're learning to do, little by little.
Like you can't play football with a woman. You're gonna pull a punch every time. You can't I
You
raise
can
cars.
play football with a woman.
No. But that's not. See, you got to change it. See, you changed it. There you go. That's what I'm. That's exactly textbook jackpot. But even like I race cars. If I'm on the racetrack with my homies, I'm going to maneuver in ways that are different than like if there's a girl on the track. Like I'm going to step
Oh no,
differently.
you said the right thing, Big Aaron. I love cars. I'm like a Danica Patrick. Like you might actually have some competition. Like I love cars.
Yeah, right.
Damn, you a racist white lady?
What you say, Willie?
You a racist white lady?
Yeah, Danica's a mess, but
Yeah, because don't let Danica hear you say that. She call you the N-word with the hard R.
Yeah.
I can respect that the guys are saying that they would prefer to engage. And I get it. Trust me, man. I played all the sports, learned how to slap, but all of it. Military, all of it. But in that transition, how I learned to be treated well came from chilling around females. Like your boys, they love you. They go hard for you. It's just a different. This is what I'm learning because I'm telling you, God, for so long, I'm like, bro, don't let her treat you like that. And they're like, well, what you mean? Like, that's just a woman. I'm like, nah, women are supposed to be in a position to consider you if y'all even friends. Like Bo said, all the stuff she said, yo, you know how many times packages showed up at my door from the homegirl that came over and was like, yeah, I see your corner was lacking. So I just went ahead and got that. Like,
No,
your boy would never do that. He would never do that. That's your responsibility. So certain things that y'all point out about like, oh, well, if you're around a girl, you know, you got to pump her gas. That's wild to me. I never did that. I was chilling. She pumped her gas. I kept an eye out, you know, just because whatever. And we kept
so
it moving. Like, where's this obligation that because there's a vagina around, I need to act in accordance with what it is to be a man? Like, that's different, bro. Like, but
so true. Two things. First, if you aren't pumping the gas in a vehicle that you're riding with a woman, and I am judging you officially. Secondly, I noticed you equate your relationship to things, the package on the doorstep, you know what I mean? And I equate relationships to experiences. It's the time spent releasing the masculinity and testosterone in an unbridled fashion. That has nothing to do with gifting each other as much as it is iron sharpening iron, as much as it is a wolf sharpening his teeth with his wolf pack. You know, like that's a different experience. When men build each other, it's not how well we're treating each other. It's we're conditioning one another. We're training one another. We are preparing for combat in the crucible of athletic competition. It's challenging of minds. It's going camping and shooting at trees and howling at the moon. You know what I mean? And skinning deer. It's these things is what I'm talking about.
No, all of what you said, I agree. I use that as an example. What it is not the gifting, it's the consideration. It's not the physical of sorts. It's the fact that nobody got to do nothing for you. Your homeboys don't got to do nothing for you. Your homegirls don't got to do nothing for you. But for a friend, in my opinion, any person who takes an extra step just to place something in your space because they felt that there was a void there, I respect it. And I don't see that same heart when it comes to men in that aspect. That's a relational thing to me, in my opinion. So I agree. All the things you're saying are accurate. As men, we're designed to feed off each other, learn from each other, grow from each other. But I think that a lot of men do themselves a disservice because they lock out relational components because she's female and because I'm not sleeping with her, I cannot experience her. That's just different to me. That's where I get a little lost.
Okay, so
we can experience her. We're just not going to experience her as the type of friend that, you know what I mean? Like if the definition of friendship is going to change fundamentally.
Yeah, true. I got a question for you. So when you and your homegirl say y'all about to go to the beach, right? And you in the car with her and she driving to the beach. Y'all pull into the gas station. She goes inside and pays for the gas. You just sit in the passenger seat and watch her pump the gas?
I may go inside and like pay for the gas. She gonna pay for it, but I may do that and then she pumps the gas. Like she's a person, bro. I don't see her like like my girl. There's certain things my girl gets, like that cater type of treatment.
So when you walking with a woman down the street, do you make sure she on the inside of you when you walking with her, or you let her walk however she wants to?
Typically, if it's a girl, I'm gonna make sure that I'm on the outside. That's not sexual to me. That's just something I was trained to believe is true.
Neither is 93.
No, true. We weren't really making the point of it just being sexual. We're just saying that it's different, meaning that you're going to do things for females that you won't do for men, which is why, you know, when we originally came up with it, we were saying that females are generally a liability, whether you're poking them or not, because you have to do certain things. And most of us agreed we would pull open the door for a woman, like, even though you'll stand in front of it if your homie's there, but the girls, you normally open it up and let them walk through. Regardless of what the dynamic of your relationship is.
Right. Liability. If the excrement hits the air conditioning, my male friends are going to rack around and engage. If the excrement has hit the air conditioning and I'm with a woman, I got a mission. I got something I got to do here.
Yeah. And I get it. That's again, I appreciate we having this conversation. You guys are again just expanding. All the things you're saying, I'm not saying aren't true. I just have never subscribed to the fact that in a friendship with a person, of the opposite sex, I'm going to automatically arrive as a romantic partner. The gestures that you guys are pointing out, in my opinion, belong to my woman. My woman don't carry things. You know, she knows this. I would never do that to my female friend. That's not her role in my life. Her role in my life is to be whomever she is. And for what Aaron was saying, it's not the gifting, the experiences. Like you're saying, I've had experiences. Like I said, I learned certain styles of dance from girls. My homie wasn't like, hey man, let me show you how to do this. Like that would be weird, you know, but he did.
Just drew a distinction. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Exactly.
But why is it that the experience of me learning how to dance, it's not sexual, right? I enjoyed that. That
dance
has
is kind of
expanded.
sexual though. Dance is
How?
kind of sexual. A lot of dance.
Oh my God!
True. I can.
Yeah,
Well,
when you
what's
learn,
the
if you were
dance?
learning to dance, if you were
Did you
learning
learn
to dance
the
with a
line
female, you
dance?
can't learn to dance from a dude the same
What's
way
it
you.
called?
Ty said, what was the dance?
Yeah, because like, was it a line dance? Was it salsa?
It was merengue.
Oh man, listen.
Merengue is sexual.
You won't.
That's sexual.
You won't learn that
It's
from a
very-
dude.
it's all
Would,
in
would
the
you let a
hips.
dude teach
Y'all
you
got it,
merengue?
man.
Would you let a
and it's
dude
very
teach you
close.
merengue?
That's a very sexual
No
dance.
way.
I just wanted to know the dance. I was on your side, but you know.
You should have said the percolator or some shit like that.
Yeah,
You shouldn't have said nothing where you gotta hold hands and be face to face with a motherfucker. Like,
And again, I'm learning so much. That's fine. That's not where my mind went, yo.
wait,
Yes.
so if a man wanted to teach you the merengue, you would have learned it from him?
No, absolutely not. That'd have been weird. Like, bro, like
Another
that's weird.
There you go.
But typically men are not gonna teach you those things. They may. I don't know. I haven't been exposed to men who want to teach you those things. They typically teach you how to fix a line when you're fishing, load a gun, certain things. I get it. I just don't understand why when it comes to women, if they want to expose you to certain things, if we not smashing, like I can't.
They can. That's fine. But like if we go fishing, I'm not baiting your hook. I gotta put the bait on Bo's hook though.
True. It would be hilarious if you was going like far to prove a point and you said yeah, and we had a video of you and a man merengue to show us how serious
you would never see it. You would never see it. It's all good though. It's all
Miss
good.
Pearl, Miss Pearl, you in the cars? What kind of cars? Just quick question. What type of cars we talking about?
So I want an old school Challenger. I want it to be restored. I love Chryslers. I love Dodges.
Okay,
I watched the F1 movie by myself. I'm just a car enthusiast, period. But yeah,
compact as well.
American cars to be exact. One's all right.
Imports.
No, there we go. You JDM though, aren't you, Trev?
I used to. I'm into German now,
I'm
but I still
DTM.
I still appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm DTM. I like JDM too, but American cars. Sorry, Miss Pearl, but you wouldn't know which way I went.
I mean, Toyotas are fine. The Jeffs are awesome. Camrys and such. They run forever.
What? Camry? You said you was a car enthusiast. You just said Camry.
I'm not.
Hey, no Camry,
right
no
now.
Camry slander will be tolerated.
Stop right now.
Camrys are.
Here y'all go.
You said enthusiast.
Vehicular bars of soap.
Oh God.
Yes. You can't say Camry and enthusiast in the same sentence. No.
Camrys are bad. Those are bad cars, huh?
Man, hell, listen again. No Camry slander will be tolerated.
Hey, listen. We're not saying. Listen. If somebody said they wanted to go get a reliable car, I would say go get you a Camry. But if you say you're an enthusiast, then I say go get you an MK4 Supra. If you trying to get into a Toyota.
Hey, true. If you out and your
crazy.
If you out and your friends start arguing with men, do you have the ability to tell her to stop speaking because you're responsible for what happens next if the man wants to, like, he gonna try and fight you versus her, or do you not think that's how that occurs? I might not conflate that, but
it's hypothetical. Obviously, I don't typically run with girls like that, but for the hypothetical, I have the authority. Like, if I would be like, yo, let's shift. It's not the fact that I'm responsible for her in the aspect of something goes far, but I wouldn't spend time with nobody who believes they gotta, behave in that manner. But it's the same with dudes. There's certain dudes that just, they go outside, they look for trouble. They on that type of time. I don't kick it with them either. I'm trying to make it home. So,
Yeah, I was trying to gauge whether or not you view like the role in your friendship with women in the same way men view, like, because a majority of us feel like we have a role to protect women that are in our vicinity, right? But if we view the women like, I don't have a role to protect I will help him fight, but I don't view it as like, hey, move out the way, Mont, let me jump in and save the day and all this other shit when it comes in. So I was trying to see, like, do you have that same feeling with your female friends, or do you view it like they on their own? Like, shit, I help you when we get to fighting, but you just as capable as me, so do what you're gonna do.
There's a certain consideration they may get, but maybe it's because it's just the type of women I've been around, and that's maybe why I'm drawing the separation. There are women, but they're not like these prissy, docile.
They're not dainty.
They're not like, they can handle themselves. They know they can drive their cars. They can, like they can.
We ain't no pussy ass niggas.
So it's like for example, if I'm hanging out with a homegirl and we're out somewhere, it's nighttime or whatever, I may extend it like, okay, hey, hop in, I'll drive you to your car. Let me like walk you to it. That's just out of respect for sure, because she is a woman. I would never walk my homeboy to the car like that. You got it, yeah. So it's a little different.
So why you walk the woman to the car? Like, what's the thought process behind it?
Only because I understand that where we may be at, there is a certain level of a threat that could be imposed. Just could be. And it's consideration. That's just the difference. It's like, that's my friend, so, and she is a female. So yeah, I'm gonna like, definitely make sure you good. But I'm not gonna like lock in, hold my arm, or, don't let your feet touch the ground. It's just consideration.
No, so true. You still kind of making the point, because that's one example of something extra that you have to do in the presence of a female versus a man. That's where the liability comes in, right? Because you said it, you're not walking your homie out. You could go right to sleep or whatever the hell you was going to do, go about your way. Now with the female, you have to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we're just explaining to you why there is a difference in the way that you have to treat females. I mean, you handle them with care, as you should, but there's always going to be something extra to do just to make sure that they're good. And I'm absolutely guilty of it. If a female's in my presence, then yeah, I'm going to go that extra mile and make sure she don't have to worry about nothing. And it don't have to be anything sexual at all. It could be anybody. It could be an old lady. It could be a young woman, whatever. It could be a relative, but you're absolutely going to treat the females different than you would the males.
Yeah, I'm guilty of it too. It could be cold as hell outside, and somebody want to walk to their car to get something out their car while we had a podcasting event. I'm going to make sure I walk my ass out there with them in the cold, just because I want to make sure that they protected as a woman and not being left out. Because while they under our while they with us, we got to make sure we're responsible for making sure they okay.
Thank you, and White. You were so sweet.
Yeah,
thank you. You were so sweet for that. Thank you.